Hello peeps, this is just a quick look at my teeny tiny town with the sewage problem, as I like to call it. I guess the name is actually Merriamle. Don't ask. I just installed my first, well, two water treatment plants and turned off my sewage pumps because, well, let me show you something. The pollution here, so I started out over here, built some windmills and then sewage and water pump. And then I didn't actually look down here. I didn't even notice that the river stops here. So that sewage very quickly started piling up, moving upstream. Not a good idea. So I eventually, I started moving the water pump further upstream and then further upstream, and then eventually I just gave up and moved it over here, and then the sewage started coming around here. So they're now down here. 3 water pumps there. I'm hoping that this average drinking water pollution thing will decrease to, well, it just recently was 3%, so I'm hoping that it'll decrease because of these water treatment plants, which are working their asses off with the crap, literally. Already, I just installed them like, I suppose, 3 game weeks ago. So they're already moving quite quickly through the water. The water treatment plants, they convert 85% of the sewage, so that should help quite a lot. So that's why I just turned off these water drain pipes, because I'm just hoping that that'll eventually just clear up most of this river and at least clear up over here. I may just have to move them over here as well, actually. Water treatment. Build another one over here. Other than that, let's have a look. So I started out of this area, which is now Kent Industrial Park. I started out here, and then the poor people at Grove Heights, they have it worst, really. They have the noise coming from the windmills and also the sewage, which you just saw, and then I just installed a landfill over here, and then I just installed some incineration plants over here. So they basically, yeah, they're gonna be sick their whole lives, to be honest. They're just, and of course the buildings are burning down as well. So yeah, they're not the luckiest people in this town. And then I started moving or building over here, and I have no idea what I was thinking over here. I just wanted to try the elevated road thingy. Then I went a little bit overboard and went and built an elevated pathway as well, which isn't really working. I was kind of hoping that people would stop over here and have a look and maybe, I don't know, install some binoculars or something. But yeah, that didn't happen, so they're just using this part over here as a shortcut, which is of course what the game wants you to do, but anyway. And I also made a forestry specialization district over here, which led to a lot of abandoned buildings for a long time. But now that I've bought this, I bought this area over here, and I've started expanding over here. That helped. So eventually they had enough workers, so they don't need to abandon all the buildings anymore. Neither does this industry. area over here, Hickory Ward, which had a lot of problem with getting enough uneducated workers. I guess maybe I built schools and high schools and eventually a university too soon. I don't think so, but anyway. So this is a nice area, some trees, parks, baseball court, abandoned buildings. Not really sure what happened there. It's next to the plaza with picnic tables, so it should be actually higher land value, but yeah. This shouldn't be a huge problem. The noise doesn't really carry that well, and I have mostly industry over here anyway. And then my first high density residential commercial area thingy was put over here, Concord Park. Some crime. Interesting. I need to look into the police then. It started with the university. Then I put in some office buildings over here. They didn't take. Took quite a long while, but that's basically because we needed highly educated people. Because for some weird reason, people in this game need to be highly educated to work in an office as opposed to in real life. And then this one has burned down, so that's not good. Another pellet fuels. Okay. I'll just have to Google stats. Like so. And let's see, police, that should... So I don't actually have a police headquarters. I may look into that. Maybe I'll just build one here actually. Yeah, I think I will. Because I had some crime over here and that will spread. Oh, they're so happy. People over here, they're just dead. Yeah, so that should help on the crime rate, which was 9%. Also had a slight issue with deceased people not being picked up for some reason. So I had this one, which had even fewer deceased people at that point. I think there was about 500. Hearses in use was just one. And then these dead, skull icons started popping up all over the place quite frequently. And I still had just one hearse in use. I thought that was a bit weird. So I built another one, hoping that that would alleviate the problem. So I built that over here. That didn't use any hearses at all. And then quickly afterwards, I leveled up my city. And when I got back, very soon afterwards, the problem was solved. So I have no idea what's going on there. But it may have been a bug because, I don't think... it wasn't the traffic. The traffic was like this, so that shouldn't have been the problem. And the people were basically over here, so the cemetery was close enough to the deceased people, and then this one as well should have picked up the rest. It didn't happen, so I'm hoping it was just a temporary bug and not my ineptitude at this game. Although, history shows it may have been the latter. Anyway, and then I unlocked the train possibility, so I built this one. It's a cargo train terminal. I haven't actually built a proper train station yet, but I built this one, and I was kind of hoping that it would I don't know, snap into the train track proper. That didn't happen, so I ended up with this thingy over here, but it works. It seems to be working. The industry around this place didn't work. They were abandoned really quickly, but now they work. So yeah, I still have a lot to learn about this place or this game. Sorry. I think this is just a test town for now, but I'm growing very fond of it. So yeah, I'm definitely not abandoning it like these people over here do. I'm not going to abandon it for now anyway. It's working okay. Let me just check the pollution now. Let's see. Yeah, it's working quite okay actually. Dealing with basically the crap, and yeah, let's hope for the best. Still 4%, but yeah, I'm hoping for the best there. And yeah, it's a fun game. It's a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun with the city builder since SimCity 4, to be honest. And yeah, and to be honest, I've been playing. I played even Traffic Giant when that came out, I think 2001, and I did have a lot of fun with that, and then was ecstatic when they eventually came up with Cities in Motion, and then Cities in Motion 2, which was even better. I haven't actually played that too much because it's a bit too micromanagement for me. I didn't even get through the first mission, to be honest. It just took too long, and I was confused about the actual goals that I had to achieve. So the transport in this game works really well in the sense that you build the bus depots or the train stations, metro stations, and then you build the lines, but then you don't have to think about it anymore because it's not about the transport. It's basically the bus depots themselves or the train stations. They do that for you. So as long as you have enough of that, it's not a problem. So you can think about actually expanding the city and making sure that everyone's happy and not sick like here. And yeah, so it's working well. I've only bought one extra area, and that's over here, and this is all I've expanded so far, so I haven't even looked at that just yet. So it took me quite a long time to even build up this area. I didn't want the whole straight roads, straight streets kind of thing. I didn't want it to be on paper an efficient city because I wanted a pretty city. And yeah, I am definitely blaming that on Ava from A Kiss for Luck. Just look at her channel. Her town is just the most beautiful. And yeah, I'm trying to emulate that. I want to be as good as that city, and that was more or less improvised, I think. So yeah, so look into that. It's also on the workshop, Steam Workshop. It's just called Bellaview, I think 2 words, Bellaview, made by Ava. And just look at that. It's pretty and beautiful, and you'll have a lot of fun with it, I think. And it's not just straight lines. So it's more like a European city, basically. So yeah, so this is just a quick look at my city with all the sewage problems. Hopefully it should clear up within a reasonable amount of time. And until then, I'll just try and not get as many abandoned buildings. It looks okay now, actually, so I'll just save this and hope the best. And yeah, so have a lot of fun with the game yourself. I noticed that a lot of my Steam friends have picked it up on the day of release, which isn't a huge surprise. It's a really good game. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it, so enjoy.